Unrailed is an online co-op multiplayer puzzle game developed by Indoor Astronaut with a recent limited physical run from Super Rare Games. The basic gameplay loop is for players to chop down trees and mine stone for material to turn into track. This track must be laid down in front of a slowly moving locomotive and navigating the train to the next station, ideally quick enough so the train doesn't get derailed, or unrailed if you will. The locomotive hauls different carriages that do different tasks. The essential carriages that you start around with is a hopper to dump the track making material into, and an automatic track manufacturing cart. You gain the material by chopping down the trees and mining stone for metal with either the axe or pickaxe. You only have one of each to be shared with everyone in the game. When you reach the station, you pass the round and move on to the next with ever increasing difficulty. Occasionally the train will overheat where it sets on fire and you must douse the flaming compartments to continue. Your movement is quick and agile. The game only allows you to carry one thing at a time, meaning you cannot carry an axe and a stack of wood to be thrown into the hopper. This forces you to think on your feet and improvise the most efficient way of gathering resources, constructing and laying track down before the train derails. This can cause a bit of a panic when you realise the train is a bit too close to the end of a track that you like. Figuring out the most efficient method does make the gameplay rather addictive, and I could see myself enjoying it if it wasn't for the game's main issue, communication. Unrailed does not feature any sort of chat functionality, and this put a huge first hurdle to enjoying this game online. The players I encountered were difficult to work with, to say the least. I jumped into a game that was midway through a round. I immediately began trying to help by cutting down trees as the axe was free, chucking them into the hopper, then picking up any track that had been made and plonking it down for the train to continue. At which point, I noticed that the other players had begun displaying thumbs down emojis above their heads. I linked up the train to the station and got a ton of angry emojis from the other players, but that's the objective of the game, I thought. I noticed as well that the other players were trying to use the player collision physics to prevent me from, achieving the objective of the game. I succeeded regardless, but still got another barrage of angry faces and was promptly kicked from the server. I have still no idea what I was doing wrong. This shows a communication issue in Unrailed with a lack of proper communication system. I have no idea why these people were angry. I couldn't explain to them that I was new and didn't understand, and they couldn't explain to me what I was doing wrong. It seemed to me that they were trying to accumulate as much track as possible in preparation for the next stage of the journey. Once I had that figured out, the game made much more sense, and it was easy to get along with the Unrailed community. I even found myself getting slightly irked when another player was not doing this. I was now a true Unrailed veteran. There is a great core game here, with a very enjoyable look, but unfortunately it is initially let down by the lack of player communication mechanics, which prevents new players like myself from understanding the game's intricacies and learning from experienced players. Once you do overcome this hurdle, however, you are rewarded with the true quality of the game being presented to you, and you'll quickly find yourself engrossed, even just for the short time span you intend to play it for.